And beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith, number one, virtue. And to virtue, number two, knowledge. And to knowledge, number three, temperance. Today we are speaking on temperance. What is temperance? Temperance is self-control, restraining yourself. You cannot be like everyone else around you. And no, you cannot have everything. God does not work that way. Okay? That is where the errors are in philosophies like New Age philosophy that gives you the idea that you can have everything, or the prosperity gospel. That one I have explained it a little bit in separate videos, but I will just touch on it very briefly. Number one, the danger in the prosperity gospel gives you the idea that you can just demand anything from God and God will give you. That's not true. God doesn't give you just anything you ask for. If we go into the love, is it love? No, John chapter 14, I think, where Jesus was talking, ask anything in my name and my Father will do it. Please read the context. John 15 says, I am in my Father. I abide in him, my Father abides in me. I do not speak anything of my own. It's what he tells me that I speak. Now I am asking you to be in me as I am, to be in me, that I may be in you. And when you are in me and I abide in you, when you abide in me and I abide in you, then you will ask anything in my name and my Father will do it. You see, you're not asking for just anything you want. You are asking for the things that the Father, that Jesus, that the Holy Spirit is revealing to you. That's when you cannot fail. Do you understand me? So you cannot have everything. No, you cannot. There are sometimes God will literally tell you no. You have to be able to control yourself. This has been the end of many marriages. A woman wants to be a CEO. There's nothing wrong with it. But the CEO job may require certain demands of your time that you won't be able to give to your marriage, to your husband, to your children, to the family. And then because of that, you have to make the tough decision that, keeps you away from home, and then the home gradually disintegrates. That's even the easier one. What if the marriage what if the career or that personal pursuit takes you away from your home, takes you to another country, to another city? How does that impact you? You cannot have it all. No, you cannot. You can have Jesus, and Jesus will decide and give you what you need based on what he believes is good for you. A lot of us now, we are like children. We begin to throw tantrums. We become impatient because what we are looking for, we do not have it. That's irresponsible. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, I'm going to read verse 25 and 27. It says, and every man that striveth for the mastery, if you are looking for perfection, if you are looking to be the best in all things, it's like an Olympic athlete. Let's say somebody like Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt cannot just eat anything he feels like eating any time he likes. No, he can't. He has to train. And when he knows he's going to train, he's not going to eat. I used to study karate. When I was studying karate, I realized that if I have too much food inside me by the time I start training, sometimes I start throwing up. So when it's 4-5 hours to when I'm going to be training, I don't eat anything. I may drink water, but I don't eat anything because I don't want anything to disrupt what is in me. So if you are pursuing perfection, There are some things you will need to cut out of your life. Okay? He said, anybody who is striving for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now, they do this for a corruptible crown, but we are doing it for a crown that is incorruptible. In verse 27, it now says, I keep my body under and I bring it into subjection, so that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself will not be cast away. Because of the pursuit of the knowledge and revelation of Jesus Christ, there are things that you have to cut out of your life, one of which is your flesh, your very own life. You are now a living sacrifice. You do not belong to yourself. You belong to Jesus. He paid a price, his own life, for yours. Now you belong to him. You cannot have everything. No, you cannot. In the end, the treasures that you have laid for yourself in heaven will be given to you. You will have God himself as your companion. He is going to be with you round the clock all the time. There will be no night. That's beautiful to think about. He will reward you according to the work that you have done in this world. Good for you. But while you are here, he will bless you, but he will not give you everything. He will give you what you need. My God shall supply all my needs according to his riches in glory, not all my wants. Get your act together. Listen, it says here in Ecclesiastes. Yes, I've addressed this in a separate video before, but I will address it again now. You see, it says in Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16 through 19, which many of us misquote when we say something as stupid as money answereth all things. Money doesn't answereth all things. That's the title of one of my previous videos. You can go look for it. But more precisely, it says, woe unto thee, O land, when your king is a child and your princes eat in the morning. Your king should have some restraint. We see what's happening in our country, where one of our senators has more watches than there are grains of sand on the shores of the sea. He has more cars than he can drive in a year. Is it not stupidity? Lack of self-control. And we've seen money that have been unearthed, some of it decayed, when you could have invested it in human beings. That's foolishness. That's why the land suffers. And we, like I always say, we are the ones who become our own leaders. So stop pointing fingers. Look into yourself and ask yourself, if you were in that position, are you so sure you won't fall into the same sins? I don't know if I have the time. No, I won't go there. I won't go there today. Maybe another time. Okay? Woe unto you, O land, when your king is a child and your princes eat in the morning. Your princes cannot be eating just any time they like. That's a child who behaves like that. But he contrasts it with this. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season, for strength and not for drunkenness. It's not about reveling, it's not about partying. No, it's about controlling yourself, doing what is needful, when it is needful, how it is needful, for the purpose for which it is intended. It is contrasting a good person to a bad person. Now, what it is explaining following in verses 18 and 19, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, is what foolish people do. By much slothfulness, laziness, the building decays. Through idleness, when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, or you're not doing anything at all, the house droppeth through. You make a feast for the purpose of laughing. You drink wine just to be happy in your heart, and then you are expecting money to answer everything. Taxes. Let's talk about the US just very briefly. For the most part, the Democratic Party, they're always talking about increasing taxes. Joe Biden, we know that's what he's talking about. The point is taking more and more from the people, taking more and more from the people to pay for the things that they are supposed to do, rather than being functional and allowing the people to be productive. But I'll leave that alone now, right now. So what am I talking about? When you have self-control, you will do the things that need to be done when they need to be done. You will not behave like a child. It's irresponsible. Okay, and that is why God Himself does not bless everybody all the time. Sometimes you can cry and weep and bleed, and God will not answer because you want to consume it upon your lust. God is more interested in people who understand the purpose of riches, the purpose of wealth. Yeah, that reminds me of something I started earlier. The second part about the issue with prosperity, that most people don't even understand what prosperity is. Prosperity is not about riches, it's not about money, it's not about wealth. It's about achieving the purpose for which God has made you. There's another video to that effect. If you Google, search for my videos, just go to my channel and look for it. Blazeovich prosperity. Just type in prosperity, you will find it. God bless you. So I want to stop there because I don't want the video to get too long. I didn't touch on everything I wanted to touch on, and I may decide to do a second video to elaborate on more issues, but I I'll look for comments. I'll look at the comments and see what the questions or issues are. So if you have any questions, by all means ask. If you if you like the video, click on like. If you don't like it, tell me in the comment section. Um, Share the video. There are a lot of people that are getting lost. They are wasting their time. They are not growing these necessary qualities in their lives that will keep them from losing their salvation, from losing their faith, from losing their walk with God. If you don't add these things to your life, you will become unproductive, unfruitful. And when you're unfruitful, my Father cuts you down and throws you out. Okay, so God bless you. Thank you for watching. Um, have a wonderful day. Enjoy church.